Nobody ever taught you to be bad with money. Nobody ever taught you that this is how you're going to end up struggling and not being able to help yourself the way you know how to help yourself best. The truth is, this is what has been ingrained in you as a child. Nobody ever taught you to undercharge. Nobody ever taught you to feel guilty about wanting more, to give your talent away for free. This programming happened quietly from when you were 5, even before you were 5. It happened in the way money was talked about in your home or the way it wasn't talked about. It happened in your house, in the messages you absorbed, in the school, what your teachers said to you. It happened quietly in what you listened to on social media, in the news. It happened quietly. And you see, that little thing or those information formed what is called a software in your subconscious mind. And that software is what is controlling your life today. So even when you say to yourself, I want this, I want to be wealthy, I want to be rich, the software is saying, girl, no, that's not what we agreed on. We agreed to stay broke and poor. And somebody said, no, Joy, that's not what I said. But that's what has been ingrained in your subconscious. And if nobody ever unpacked that for you, it changes today. Let me give you belief systems that I see in almost every woman, especially the ones that I work with. I work with women a lot. And I call them money wounds because this thing is literally what is bleeding your pockets. It's a powerful thing when a woman is financially empowered. You can say no to whatever doesn't serve you. You have options. It's not a license to become arrogant and proud. But I know so many women that are stuck in toxic situations because of inability to be financially empowered. And don't get me wrong, nobody wakes up and says, I want to be poor. Nobody. It all starts from this thing that has been ingrained in your subconscious mind and how that informed your, what is known as your mindset, built a strong hold around you, and it began to inform every decision you take. And every decision that you started taking from your mentality and your results and whatever result you are seeing right now in your life. So let me give you the three. There are many of them, but I'll give you just 3 in this video. The first money one is what people say things like, wanting more is greedy. So as a woman, you want to do more. You know that you are called to do more. But from childhood, many of us were taught, directly or indirectly, that wanting more is a character flaw, that you're a greedy person, that you are supposed to stay where you are. Why would you want more? That's how we've been taught for years, that good people are grateful for what they have, and somehow desiring more is spiritual pride. Let me tell you the truth today. Gratefulness does not mean you should settle for less. Yes, you should be thankful for where you are. But if you want to be great in life, thankful, be grateful, and then move ahead. I pray you look forward to what is ahead of you, not to what is happening right now. Wanting more is not you being greedy. It's important because it's important that you want more so that you can be able to do more, so that you can be able to give more, so that you can be able to be a blessing. How many times have you seen people come to you and you have the heart to help them? You want to literally help them, but you can't because you don't have the capacity. When they come to you, oh my God, I wish I could help. How many times have you said that to someone? I wish I could help. And then you are pained. Build capacity as a woman. And capacity means not staying small. Capacity means pressing higher to the next thing. Because whereby you are confusing the two, you don't want to be this, you don't want to be too. I've seen women do that. And from my experience, sometimes I speak to women, the ones that get results are the ones that they have this thing figured out in their mind. And you know what? I'm not stopping here. I know I am made for more. I know there is more that God has placed on my inside. And the ones that actually do great and mighty things. But the ones that don't get results from their mind, just like, you know what, let me just do something by the side. It's just a side hustle, it's just a side business. And so at the slightest form of any challenge, they run. They jump to the next shiny object. It's the same circle over and over again. The next money wand that I see that is stopping you from getting to the income that God has for you and the wealth God has for you is the saying that my value is in what I do for others, not in what I earn. I struggled with this as well too, to be honest. You see, women have been conditioned from a very young age to be nurturers. You see, we are givers, we're helpers, and there is nothing wrong with that. It's a beautiful thing. God has positioned you to be a helpmate. It's beautiful. I love doing it. But you see, it becomes very dangerous when you begin to attach your self-worth to self-sacrifice. And I will explain. Whereby you believe that until you give or until you don't charge what you are worth, or when you charge what you are worth, that means you are less caring and less considerate. Or when you are not able to do something, that means you are less of yourself. I struggled with this too. That means you are not humble. That means you are less you. Whereby when you charge what you actually worth, people call you wicked. You are not considerate. You don't pity the masses. And so, to be in everyone's good books, you make yourself small again and enter into that little box. You see, that's why statistically women have been proven to undercharge by 20 to 30% compared to their male counterparts for the same amount of work. It's not a confidence issue. It's not a skill issue. She's good at what she does. It's an identity issue. It's usually an identity issue. And it's because we have been taught for a very long time that our value is in what we can give. And so when we are unable to give, it's mean we are less caring to say. And so I want you to detach that. I know you are a helper. I know you love to nurture, but do not let it be attached to your identity. Now, the third money wound I do see is people saying that wealthy people are not good people. Oh my God. This I still see today, and it breaks my heart, because if you go to the comment section, you notice that most people are triggered by rich people. You see a rich person doing lifestyle content video and you are triggered by it. If you are triggered by it, that means you have a deep money wound. Wherever you've been taught, well, people get wealth through all sorts of means. You see a rich person and the next thing that comes to your head is that this person got the money in a legal manner, or the person do people. And I'm not saying people get money through that way as well too. But you see, this is how we have been taught. And so consciously you want to be that person, but you cannot be what you resent. That's not how it works. You cannot become what you resent. Think about how wealthy women were portrayed. They were portrayed as cold, mean, bossy, women that can't keep their home, so men run away. That's how they were portrayed. And she's either portrayed that she sacrificed her career she sacrificed her family for her career. She lost herself while she was chasing money. Her husband left her. She became very mean, unsubmissive. That is how she's portrayed. And so somehow, somewhere in your subconscious, you've made a vow. I will never be like that. I will not let money change me. People that are wealthy, somewhere in your subconscious mind, it has been ingrained inside you. And so when you made that vow that you'll never be like that, I'll never be that kind of a person, it's a beautiful intention. But let me tell you what usually happens. It has a devastating financial consequence. You cannot be what you resent. Because you cannot build what you have subconsciously decided to make you a villain. So if someone is asking me, Joy, where did all these things come from? How did I get all this kind of mindset? And let me know in the comment section if any of this actually applies to you. So I'll let you know 3 places. Just one is family. That's usually the first place that this thing comes from. So specifically what was modeled in your family. If you grew up in a home, not necessarily what was said, well, what was said, but also what was modeled. You see, most of your money programming started from your family. So if you grew up in a home where things were say like, money doesn't grow on trees, we should manage what you have, there's no money, oh, he's a rich man, I'm sure he did rituals, I'm sure he did this, he's a very wicked person. Those things were already ingrained into your subconscious mind, right? So if women in your family, or even the men, if they were always not empowered financially, that impacts your life. That's why sometimes you see that rich people kids get richer. They raise the bar because they grew up in a home where they saw their parents talk about money. But if you're not like that, like us, you now have to, when you realize it, then subconsciously you have to start making a decision to be different. And that takes a conscious effort and doesn't happen overnight. So usually If money stress was an issue in your home when you were growing up, you saw your mom struggle, you saw your dad struggle, all of that typically affects you. The second is what I call religion and culture. Yes, I want to directly address this because it matters a lot. Many times we grew up in faith communities that taught us that money is the root of all evil, right? So you should not try to aim for too much. And I'm going to do a full video on that, but I won't talk too much on that. But for now, sometimes I thank God that things are changing right now, but sometimes it has been taught that if you're a Christian or if you're a woman of faith, you're not supposed to earn too much, because the moment you are earning too much, then they see you as someone who is worldly. You are not longer a woman of faith. Prosperity is forbidden for you. Why are you preaching Jesus and then you are becoming rich? And so sometimes people try to guilt trip you to saying, oh, why are you doing this? You should be helping the poor. And while helping the poor is really great, but they expect you to be not just helping the poor, you should be the poor person. And you forget that the poor cannot help the poor. So sometimes the way culture has taught women that aim high, they ended up either sacrificing their homes, they ended up sacrificing their children. They've told people that women that are wealthy, they are not submissive, and then most men feel that they try to make you feel insecure and all of that. So usually that actually also affects as well too. Then the next one usually would be the society. Society usually still make women feel like they are not supposed to be wealthy. Now, how do we shift this identity? Because that's the whole point of this video. Here is the truth I wish someone told me earlier. You can never out-earn your self-image. I'm going to repeat it again. You can out-earn your self-image. So you will never consistently, sustainably build more wealth than the identity that you hold about yourself. Allow. Let me repeat that again. You can and you will never build consistent, sustainable wealth than the identity that you allow yourself to hold. I talked about it in one video where I said the wealth pillars. I talked about permission. You can have all the best product in the world, but if you don't give yourself permission to step into that identity of that woman that's already wealthy, you will not be able to get there. It doesn't mean that you can do all the things the gurus are saying you should do, right? Do everything. But deep down in your subconscious, if you do not give yourself permission to be wealthy, you will not. I've seen this happen time and time and time again. Usually, the moment a woman shifts her identity, everything changes. Even sometimes in my coaching session, just maybe one day VIP day, the moment a woman decides to shift her identity, everything changes. The moment the woman decides that, you see this, it ends with me, no more. Her behavior changes automatically and she begins to do things that align with that new version of her. I always say something and it bears repetition. Where you want to be already exists. You are not getting anything new. It already exists. But you see, the current version of you and that version of that person that already has what you want, they are not the same person. And so it is that ability, that transition to identity, that's where the issue is most times. Because that means you might have to start getting rid of a lot. And that thing fears a lot of people a lot of times. It means sometimes you might have to move away from the environment that is keeping you stuck. It means sometimes you might need to get rid of friends. It's a very painful process. But you cannot step into that identity without you doing it. That sometimes it means that you might need to take some very tough decisions. It means that you might need to take some very tough choices. Because like I said, the woman, who you are right now and who God has called you to be, they are two different people. It's still the same person, but they're two different identities. So we're going to do a rewiring exercise in the next few minutes. This is not a full video. I'm going to put a description as usual, the action plan workbook and the study notes usually at the description of this video. So that will probably help out for what we're about to do right now. So the rewiring exercise that we're going to do right now, the part one is I want you to name the one. So I already talked about it in the video. I want you to write down those beliefs that you've been carrying that have been holding you back. And I want you to be specific. Don't just say, I believe this. I want you to be specific that I used to believe that wealthy women have terrible homes. Believe that if I become wealthy, it means I'm going to abandon my values or I'm not going to have a successful home. I believe that rich people are bad people. Just whatever beliefs share you mind. I believe that you cannot get wealth and get a successful life. I believe that, just be specific about it. Second part is trace the source. This thing I believe, be honest with yourself. Where did it come from? Did I hear my dad or mom say something like this? Was it watching my mom suffer? Or did I see my aunt get divorced the moment she became successful in her career? Or who modeled it? What environment installed it? You're not doing this to blame anyone, but the step to healing is by taking note of what went wrong. And so once you do that, I want you to depersonalize it and tell yourself that this is not the truth. For the fact that it happened to my mom does not mean it's going to happen to me. For the fact that they had this experience about rich people does not mean that that's who rich people are. So you're going to depersonalize it and let it go. Now the third part is where the healing takes place. You would now write a new identity statement. So you believe that rich people do not have happy homes. You're going to write it. I am going to be a rich woman, or I am a rich woman, and I will have a healthy marriage. I have a beautiful home. You're going to write that. And if you want to just download the worksheet below this video, because it's going to help you to be able to actively participate in what I'm telling you to do right now. So write the opposite of that statement, that identity statement, and tell yourself that I'm a woman that builds wealth because I have something great to offer to the world. Whatever you wrote down, those money won't you wrote down, write the opposite. I charge accordingly, not because I am greedy, but because I solve a problem and I'm charging according to my worth. You feel the difference? One is hope, the other is a declaration of who you are. Even if you cannot charge the way you want to right now, tell yourself, I will get better at what I do. I will get better at my skill so that people would see value in what I do. The women who build wealth are not the ones that are most talented. They are not the ones that are the most connected. They are the ones that are willing to do the inner work first and become the identity of that woman that's already wealthy, even before the actual wealth comes. I will see you guys in my next video.